Yeah, hi everyone. Let's continue further. Today we'll start the integration of the last controller in Cisco VPL as design fabric or family, we can say, and that is the vSmart controller. vSmart controller is basically meant for what? The centralized control plane. vManage is the management plane. vBond is the orchestration or the authentication controller, and vSmart is for the control plane, the routing. This is the third one. Okay. And as you must have observed that yesterday we did not access the vBond GUI. There is no GUI for vBond. There is no graphical, interface for vBond. Whatever we did through vManage. So same thing will apply for the vSmart also. So to access first vSmart, let us go and do the initial configuration, that is lab 6A. 6A, that is the initial basic configuration. So log in. First time it will prompt to change the password. Will change the password and keep the password same. So again admin changing password. So task one, as for the PDA, what is task one? Task one is always system configuration. We need to assign, the system ID, site ID. Of course, this can be done later also, but still, if you want, we'll do the. So we go to config mode. Then we move to the system mode. Once we are inside the system mode, Tom is just joining in.
Yeah.
Hey Tom,
Hey, how's it going?
we just started.
Yeah, I got you. I could hear you.
So yesterday we are done the second controller in Cisco Viptela SD-WAN fabric. That was vBond integration, right? So today we have to do the last one, that is the vSmart controller. The vSmart controller responsible for what? The control plane, the routing
The control plane,
responsibility.
yes.
It's the centralized control plane. So now we are setting up vSmart to become part of the family. We already have vBond and vManage. If I go, so have you downloaded the PDF I shared in WhatsApp,
Yes.
lab 6A and 6B? No. So vSmart. Okay. So we are doing task one in lab 6A. So we have to set up the system IP. Now thing
Yeah.
is that yes, system IP. So what's the system IP given? 10.22.1.203. See, whatever is the real IP, 192.168.0.203. So I'm keeping the system in the system IP 203 as same. And I'm using a prefix from private IP 10. So system IP is like what? Like a router ID. So system IP done.
Side ID now.
Site ID. Let's say I forget site ID. Let's say I forget site ID. Let me go directly to host name and host name is given XYZ.
You get all this from Cisco, right?
What?
You get your side ID from Cisco?
No. Or Cisco is not going to decide anything. Everything has to be decided by the customer. Site ID is like like see, a company can have branch anywhere in the world, right? They can have branch anywhere in the world. So for each location, you decide some number. Site ID is nothing but what? An identifier to identify your different locations. Like that. So site ID, system IP, host name, organization name, everything customer has to decide. Cisco is not going to come in anywhere in the picture. It is customer's responsibility. Okay. So next is organization name.
Organization name is Test Lab.
Yeah,
Test Lab Tech
copy
SD-WAN.
this lab, that SD1, and then vBond. Most important, these are the two parameters. These are the two parameters which every device must know. Why every device must know vBond? Because vBond is responsible for what? Authentication. vManage is only for management purpose, but ultimate any new device we are going to integrate, they have to first authenticate with vBond. Once vBond authenticates them, then they can become part of the fabric. Done. I'll commit. So site ID I have not set. Why? Because I want to show you today that we can do this once vSmart gets integrated in the fabric. Then we can do further configuration what if we want through vManage. Through vManage, one single window approach. Everything can be done. So with minimum configuration, we can get the device integrated in the fabric. Through CLI, we can do minimum configuration. So I could have avoided even host name also. We can change it later on through, but I'm keeping it now. So system configuration done, task 1 done. Now we move to the next task. We're getting the vSmart ready. So task 2 is VPN 0, the transport VPN. So this again, who will decide this VPN? Why VPN 0 will be selected as transport 0? Why not 512? It is the customer's decision. Customer decides they want to use VPN 0 as the transport VPN, the underlay, or VPN 512 as the transport VPN. This customer has decided VPN 0 as the transport or the underlay. So once inside the VPN 0, I don't know what is the interface. So I'll do what? Do show interface command to find out what is the interface under VPN 0. So interface VPN 0, the interface is this one. I can just simply I'm inside now interface ETL 0, Ethernet 0. We assign the IP address 192.168.0.203/24. Okay, done. Good. Interface might be shut down, so note that. Done. Then we need to assign tunnel interface properties. So we go inside tunnel interface. That is the task 3. Tunnel interface. What we do, allow services. All allow services. SSH. Allow services. Netconf. 3 services we need to enable. Next, routing. Routing is not on the interface level. Routing is in the VPN, in the VRF. So we need to put, let us put a default route /0. Default route is to go to the internet, to real internet. So real internet is over here. So gateway will be for this cloud router. 192.168.0.252. Then vSmart is a control plane. So tomorrow it is going to communicate with all the other WAN agents. For all the WAN agents IP address, I have decided that they will have IP address from this range 180.10.00/16 range. So for that, to reach all these vManage to WAN agents, the gateway will be what? The SINET router, that is .250. So we'll put one more route, IP route 180.10.0.0/16. Gateway will be 192.168.0.250. Done. Next is what? CA server. CA server is over here. So since CA server NAT IP belongs to this one.
It is 172
16
16.20. 1 second, I have it right here.
yeah, 20 dot
Dot 201.
no. Dot 201 is vManage. That is the NAT IP of vManage. 201, you see here, 201 is vManage, 202 is vBond, and 203 is v3. 172.16.20.0, this is the subnet I've used for translating this CA server. CA server actual real IP is also belonging to 192.168. So how can two networks having the same overlapping address communicate with each other? So that's the reason we have two routers, R22. This R22 router, what it does, it is doing NATing for the CA server, and this cloud router, it is doing NATing for all our controllers. So we need to put one more route. What
Sorry,
would be that route?
it's,
Let me see in the PDF.
252.
Yeah, 252. So 172.16.20.0/24. I say gateway is 192. Oh, where I'm what I'm taking route. 172.16.20.0/24. 192.168.0.252. Yes.
It's not 10?
No, not 10. 10, 172.16, 10 is the subnet
Oh, okay,
for the
never mind, never mind.
controllers.
It looked like a 10 example.
Given 10, is it?
Yeah, never mind, don't worry about it.
Oh, it's a typo mistake. 172.10. No. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a 10 in the example.
yeah, it should be 16. It's a private IP, 172.16. 172.10 will make it a public IP. No,
Yeah, it's a 10.
it is 172.16, not 10. So that is the correction. So some
So that's wrong.
places, some places there is some typo.
Okay, no
So
worries.
that needs to be corrected. Okay. That's the reason we need to refer to the diagram. So in the diagram, it is written 172.16. In the PDF, if it is conflicting, we should refer to the diagram. Diagram is the actual real.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So then task 5 is just to specify that VPN 512 later on will be used as an out-of-band management VPN. So is there an interface? Yes, there is an interface, ETH. One, we just need to keep the interface. It is shut down, so we'll make it off so that it can get an IP address through DHCP, because by default it is a DHCP client. Right. Once this is done, and so it is going to ask me there are some uncommitted changes found. Commit them. I'll say yes. So commit completed. Now I can do the verification, that is task 6. Verification. Let me ping the gateway. Ping 192.168.0.252. Yes, pinging good. Can I ping the other router, INET router, which I will be using to access the WAN edges later on? That is also reachable. So now ultimately, let us go to vManage Win. So I open up a browser. In this browser, I'm going to enter 172.16.10.201. This is the Cisco vManage NAT IP. From outside, web server certificate is expired. Blah, blah. Default username is admin. It is telling us. So as you can see now, vSmart is 0. It's showing right now vSmart is not integrated. Vanages still not integrated. When Vanages will be the next part. But you see vBond and vSmart, two members of the family are already there in the family. Now the family will start, To start a family, you require minimum 2 members. Husband and wife, right? Now they can have kids. So vManage, we can say the husband and vBond is the wife. And now we'll be having the first kid. vSmart. So lab 6 is completed. Let's open up the lab 6B. That will be the actual integration. Lab 6B will be the integration of the vSmart controller in the fabric. So we have to now go where we have to first add the controller. So to add the controller, okay, we will go to where configuration menu. Inside configuration menu, we are going to add a device. So we have the Vanages as the devices and the controllers. So we are doing today controller. So we'll go to the controllers. As of now, as you can see, we have the vManage and vBond, and they are in sync. So this family is ready. These two guys are ready. Husband and wife, they are ready to start a family. So we'll add a controller. Which type of controller? Today we are adding vSmart. vBond, we did it last time. This time it is vBond. What is the vBond IP? It is, we just corrected 203. Username admin, password also admin. And what is the protocol which will be used? The communication, all the communication is secured. So controllers communication will be used using what? DTLS. The UDP port number, it will use by default 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 something, random port number it will use. We just need to uncheck this CSR because CSR will generate later on. First, it should get added, the vSmart should get added in the family. Then we can start the, its authentication process. So I'm adding now the vSmart controller. And there we see a vSmart controller is added. Right now you see we cannot see source name, system IP, nothing is there over here. So this vSmart now needs to be added. So we have added now vSmart. Task 1 completed. Now we have to do what? Task 2. Task 2, what we have to do? We have to now install the certificate. We have to install the root CA certificate in vSmart. Now, to do that, we need to go back again to the CLI of vSmart. So I go back to CLI. I go to the V shell. And I'll see LS. So as you can see, the root CA certificate is not there. So it has to be there to install that certificate. How do we get that vSmart the root CA certificate, but we have to copy paste using what WinSCP. But suppose let's say today I don't have WinSCP. So today I don't have WinSCP. Then what I can do is my vSmart, is it able to reach the CA server? Yes, CA server reachability is there. Like that. So first thing is what? Again, I'll exit this VShell. We'll test the reachability. So I'm going to do a ping to 172.16.20. I don't know what is the NAT IP. Let me try. It is 127. Yes, it is 127. How I know it is 127? We go to here. We go to R22 CLI. On R22, if we do show run pipe section NAT, we learn the NAT IP. So this is the NAT IP of the my this CA server. It could be this or it could be this. So I tried 127, 172.16.20.127. It worked. We come back to vSmart. So reachability is very important. So reachability is there. Now I go back to the shell again. Now the problem is what? I cannot copy using WinSCP because maybe my WinSCP got corrupted, WinSCP, or maybe WinSCP is not there with me. So how to do? So we'll do in Linux how we do file sharing, how we copy files from one Linux machine to another Linux machine, or not necessarily one Linux machine with any other machine. We have a protocol which is known as what? STP. So we say STP, and then we have to specify the username admin, and then we have to specify the IP address of. Now the certificate, see, I can copy it from CA server, but CA server is a Windows machine, right? CA
Right.
server is a Windows machine. It might accept, let us see, is it going to accept the on this server, where is that?
Depends on where you place it. Oh,
So where I place it, maybe it is in C colon. No, I cannot be sure where we see how to in Windows. I'm not sure where is my folder in C colon desktop, Abit folder, like that.
Yes.
The
Don't make
path,
don't make it complicated. Just get it from the VBond.
so that's the reason what we can do instead of getting, now we already know that we already copied the certificate in vManage as well as vBond. So can we get it from vBond? So instead
Yes,
of then
directly connected.
we'll do 192 instead of going out. Just instead of asking neighbor, ask your family. Inside family, who is there? There are two guys. vBond and vManage. Let us get it from vManage or vBond, as you said. Colon slash. See here, the advantage is what? If I specify this slash home folder is there. So I just type HO and tap key, it works. Then AD, A for admin or AD for admin. And then what is the file name? File name I have to type it manually. CA dot CRT, complete file name I need to specify. So
Oh, I like it.
it is telling something is missing. So SCP @admin @192.168 Okay. In the end, okay, up arrow. In the end, I need to specify. I'm specifying this is the, this is the source. This is the source. Where I want to copy it. I want to copy it inside vSmart. So for that, I need to do one space and dot. There has to be a space and dot over here. There has to be a space and dot. Just one dot. Enter. So now it is asking, are you sure you want to continue connecting? I say yes, of course. So it is okay. Tell me what's the password. So like we see, this is vBond authenticating. So I enter the correct password admin, and now you see a file got copied. 100% this file got copied. What is the size of this file? 1456 bytes. At this speed, it was copied. Now if I do ls, we can see the certificate file is there. Root CA certificate file is there. So if it's there, we have to install this file. Now see, it's not necessary that you have to copy using WinSCP. That's the reason in task 2, we have two ways. This is the first way, which I did for yesterday for vBond. Today, as I said yesterday, that today we'll do using this command like this. So now the file is there. Now we install. So task 2 complete. Task 3 is actually installing the certificate. So task 3 is what? Request root CA certificate, install. You have that file /home/admin, and then just R certificate was installed, but also always important to verify. So that's the reason. Show certificate, root certificate, and I say include, I for include, and I simply say few characters of the organization name, that is test. So email address is xyz@xyz.com. Yes, everything looks good.
Hey, Abib,
Yes,
one step we can add is to check the time too.
we can check now also now the time. So now the time comes to install. We'll see. You know, it is going to create some problem or not. So it is showing
Okay,
that the time is July 1st, 26.
Good.
Okay. Let's see now. It will work on it. Okay. So now we have to install the certificate. So we'll go back to now GUI. Okay, we go back to now where configuration, then certificate. We need to now authenticate this controller, which is the controller vSmart. So now vSmart must generate what? Its own certificate, and it should get it signed by the CA server. So I select the vSmart. I say generate the CSR, the signing request. It is generating the certificate signing request. I say download. It gets downloaded. And go to the folder. This is the folder. This is the file. I'll move it to my folder. So Control X. Third, I go to my folder. I copy it here. And I will rename it vSmart CSR. So yesterday you see we copied and we renamed it as vBond CSR. Now today we are doing vSmart. Okay. So one single place, one folder I create. Everything I keep in my folder. Now we start the CSR. Yeah, we start the CS server or CS server. We need to open the database first. We need to connect what are the recent database in my folder Abid admin. There we can see the certificate is there under this CS server certificate. We have now two certificate. One for V manage, one for V bond. And CSR is also V bond, V manage. So now we'll have CSR, will import this CSR and we'll get it signed. So today we are importing V Smart CSR. So I select V Smart in my folder. So now this V Smart CSR got imported in the CS server. We'll ask the CS server to sign it. How? By right clicking, sign, and we have to say, okay, use the CS server will sign it using its own certificate. It will use its own certificate for authentication. Algorithm remains SHA-256. Template we need to change for HTTPS because this is DTL. We'll hit the three apply buttons before we set any extensions. So first apply extension, apply subject, apply all, and then we move to the extension. Over extension, we just say apply the local time. So see here it is showing some time, it could be different. So I say no, apply the local time of the field. So it corrects the field. Like for me, it is like 2nd July. For you guys, it is still July 1st, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Over here in India, we have the date is July 2nd. So I say apply. Done. So now this certificate got signed. But the certificate is where? Is in the CS server. So now this CS server has to, from CS server, we have to send this certificate
Export.
back. So we'll export it. So folder, it is showing my folder. Okay. And the name of the certificate is starting with vSmart. Okay, good. CS server job done. Now again, I select vSmart and I so install the certificate. So where's the certificate? I'll select the file. I click this button. It goes to my folder. I say all, show me all files. It is showing me everything inside the folder. Now I select what? The vSmart certificate. I say I want to install this certificate. So install certificate on this particular device, it is getting started by user admin from this particular IP and success.
Who? Good.
So see, only the challenge or difficulty is only in vManage initially. First, vManage, once vManage certificate gets successfully installed, then vBond and vSmart will be easy. Done. How do I check? See, it picked up the this is the vManage IP it is selling. Okay. Now if I go to the dashboard, main menu. Oh, vSmart it is still showing 0. How come?
It's not synced yet.
How come vSmart is still not there? Certificates. Take a refresh maybe. Now it is showing. Okay.
It's a slow.
vBond. Yes. Still not updated. Dashboard vSmart. See vBond. I connect to vManage CLI. Login. You can do the two commands only. So control local properties command. It is showing me vManage. The control is vManage organization name, certificate. You see certificate installed, valid. Like that. Like this same thing we should see on vSmart. So control local properties, vSmart personalities, vSmart installed, valid, system IP you can see here.
Is it because the site ID is not there yet?
Okay, we did not specify the site ID. Do you remember? Like that. So now site ID is missing. So no problem. What we'll do, we'll go to, as I said this time, I want to do it through CLI, through the GUI. Okay, so let us go back to configuration, devices, controllers. We see the vSmart over here.
Edit. The running configuration.
You see, if you think it is edit, let's see. Edit, no, edit you see here. Admin, enter the password, admin. Nothing. We go to what? Running config. We know system IP found for valid. So it is telling system IP. This is system IP, that's the reason system IP is mandatory. So it is telling did not get system IP. Why? We already set the system IP. vSmart is telling this is the IP. Let's see the configuration. So running config, I'll say to me system config. So host name XYZ was there. System IP 10.22.1.203. Organization name is Tesla. We want IP knows 192.168.0.202.
Site ID.
But site ID is missing. We missed out site ID. So we have to go to config mode. The site ID is also mandatory, so I need to go inside system IP and system mode. Over here, site ID 22. Commit.
That should work.
Let's open. We'll refresh, and there we see vSmart in sync.
There you go.
So, purposely we did. I missed out the site ID so that we can see if something we are missing out, we need to correct it. If I go to the dashboard now we see there you see finally vSmart. It's showing there is one vSmart. In a real world scenario, guys, Cisco recommends the customer minimum 3 vSmart controllers they must have. They must have 3 vSmart controllers. They need to purchase license for 3 vSmart controllers because vSmart controller is what? The centralized control plane So if one controller is there, if one controller goes down, the whole control plane will collapse, routing will collapse. Like that. So in a large environment, minimum recommendation from Cisco is what? 3 controllers. Customer has to purchase the license for 3 controllers and they have to set up 3 controllers. The 3 controllers they can install on real real metal hardware servers, or if some customer want, these controllers can be inside cloud also, some public clouds also, like Amazon or Microsoft Azure. So the controllers can be anywhere in the world, as long as reachability is there across internet. In a lab environment, we have kept the controllers in one single location. In a real world, recommendation will be what? The vSmart should, at least vSmart should not be in the same location as vManage and vBond. vManage and vBond maybe can be in the same location, or all the 3 controllers could be in 3 different locations. But in a lab environment, we are keeping it little simple. In a real world, they could be anywhere in the world, but reachability has to be there. Okay. So this completes the integration of the controller. All the controllers must be integrated. This is like I call this as what? Phase 1. Phase 1 is like setting up the controllers. All the controllers must be in the family, in the fabric, like that. Phase 2 will be what? Integrating the WAN edges types. But phase 2 will be done only when phase 1 is success. If phase 1 is not success, we cannot integrate WAN edges, because this WAN edge needs both, all the 3 controllers. To manage the WAN edges, vManage has to be there. So for authentication, vBond has to be there. And to provide the routing, vSmart has to be there, the centralized control plane. WAN edges will not have their own local control plane. They're not going to decide how do I go to a particular destination. One WAN edge cannot decide how it will go. Like take example, this Dubai WAN edge. If this Dubai wants to go to, let's say, Los Angeles, how it can go? How it will come to know where is Los Angeles? So this decision, who will provide? This vSmart will say, hey vSmart, Los Angeles is reachable via a particular IP, like, or it might be reachable via this second WAN server. So all the WAN agents, if they want to send or receive traffic to any other location, that to send traffic, they must have route. So they don't generate the route themselves. That means we don't configure any static routes on all these devices for each other, or we don't do any dynamic routing for each other. What every WAN edge will do? Every WAN edge, whatever is the subnet, let's say this is the subnet behind the Dubai. So this will have some IP address, some IP prefix. This IP prefix, what will happen? This Dubai router, once it is integrated in the family, then what it will do? It will announce, it will say, yes, I have to the control. It will send this information to the controller. Let's say this is network X. So it will say, I have this X. Like that. So vSmart will note down, yeah, okay, X is via Dubai. Dubai, like that. Then what vSmart will do? It will inform all the other vantages. Then vSmart will now transmit here, everybody. It will pass on this info. We say, hey, New York, there is a network X, and this network X is via Dubai. X is in Dubai. Like, so every vantage will advertise its own routes, will advertise its own prefixes to vSmart. Vantage to vantage, there is no routing. Vantage to vantage, there is no routing. And who is going? Now the question is, how these routes will be forwarded to vSmart? How a vantage will advertise its route? To advertise the routes, it must use some protocol. And what is that protocol? The protocol which will be used is OMP, Overlay Management Protocol. Viptela proprietary protocol, like how Cisco had their EIGRP routing protocol, same way Viptela, they created their own proprietary protocol known as what? OMP, Overlay Management Protocol. This is the protocol which will run automatically between vSmart and all these vantages. This is OMP domain. OMP is only between vSmart and the vantages. Okay. So OMP is the protocol. So that will be done only when we have done.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, see you tomorrow. We'll continue
Okay.
to.
Good night. Bye.
Thanks. Have a good day.